are back again.
This is we are back again with another episode of BigLoudMouth. Us is in hysterics because our producer has got a new word now. Rather than saying a full sentence, he's saying offset.
He's got issues.
I don't know if you are trying to offset your bank balance or whatever.
Yeah.
But welcome to episode 34.
Yeah.
First and foremost, let me not speak back.
Yeah.
Everything alright?
Yeah. Apparently that concert was live.
Yeah. Did you go?
Me, go where?
Oh, I was at this concert via Snapchat.
Man, I didn't even do via Snapchat.
Really?
Nah, man. But
But congratulations to Burna Boy. He sold out.
It's homecoming.
And I found out something, all you Nigerian artists that say you're selling out O2 Brixton, where is your plaque?
Wow.
Honestly, Burna Boy sends shots posting that plaque. Where is your plaque?
Wow.
Mr. Davido, where is your plaque?
Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting tickets for Davido.
Mr. Wizkid,
For
where is
Wembley.
the plaque?
I'm getting to that.
No, I'm not trying to take shots. Like, maybe they decided not to post the plaque. But let's see the plaque now. It's sold out.
To be fair, I don't think at that time Davido had enough hype to sell out Brixton.
But he said it sold out. That's
Okay.
my point.
I don't believe that.
Okay, then.
I believe Wizkid.
Yeah, but he said, but where's the plaque?
But I don't think Wizkid needs to show the plaque. I don't think Wizkid. But
fair enough.
Man like David,
I think you have.
David,
Ladies and gentlemen, I think.
David,
I
this
think-
Wembley thing. I will be there on Snapchat.
It's not Wembley. If you like, go and kill Wembley.
No,
Nobody show.
Auto Arena.
No, go to Wembley. Go stand in front of Wembley.
Sometimes you have to give gas. You have to give gas.
The thing is,
These are
I'm
our
not taking shots. I'm just saying, sometimes evidence is key.
Yeah, but the same
He came
people.
with the receipts.
Yeah, I understand that, but there's certain people that you don't really need to ask. But I think when David because I like to do the David and the O. The O is for.
No, it's not Davido though. It's Davido.
No, it's David. Oh.
Davido.
Then when he first came, I don't think when he first did the Brixton, his tunes wasn't social
But this was last year though.
No, it wasn't last
He
year.
had
It was 2
If.
years ago. It was 2 years ago when
Had
he
it?
did that Brixton. It was 2 years.
When
ago.
did this guy do? I can't hear us.
It was Brixton. It was 2 years ago.
2 years
It
ago.
was 2 years ago.
Okay, so if you had done it when he had If and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Please now, Nigerians, if you say you're selling out the O2 Brixton, please, we need to see plaques from now on. Burna
We don't
Boy
need
has
to
set
see anything.
No, Burna Boy set the bar.
What we need to see plaques for is for Wembley. And we're getting there. Man like David or
Pig will fly before Nigerian artists can sell out Wembley. One.
Do you know what? I think we can.
Okay.
Do you know what
Pig will, if the tickets are £20, they'll sell it out.
Yeah.
If it's not £20,
I think they have to take the L for us to do it.
Yeah.
But I think we can do it.
Just
I think
for
someone like David can take the L financially to do it.
But is he willing to do it? Well, everybody wants to make money. Everybody wants to make
I know, but you got to understand it's the historical precedent.
Fam, how can you take an L, if renting a stadium is probably, let's say, maybe 40,000 for the night?
You got to take it L.
No, but this is what I'm saying. You can't take an L if it's 40,000 for the night. Let's say, for example, it shouldn't be more than 40,000, or maybe 100k for the night. Yeah, and the sitting floor. How many people watched Joshua's fight?
Not me.
No, how many? Like in terms of.
Oh no, that was at Wembley Stadium.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm talking about Wembley SS Arena.
Oh, me, I was talking about. See, I have big aspirations for Nigerian artists.
Give us time.
Okay,
we have to do live collaboration.
Then that would not be 100k a night now. SSC Arena is not 100k a night. It can't be.
SS Arena is
it'll probably like 40, 50.
It's still bigger than the O2 Arena.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Speculation. Check us if we're wrong or not, but I think it still is.
Anyway, the reason why we're starting with this is like in the next maybe 1 or 2 podcasts, we're going to be having a guest on the show. A prominent guest on the show who's been in the Nigerian music industry for over 11 years.
Jesus.
Who on, I'd say Monday, Tuesday night broke the Nigerian Twitter with his article, and it will be a joy to actually bring him on the show to
talk that talk.
It's not an expose, but it's just an insight into the Nigerian media industry for all our viewers who like or
Afrobeats,
which we know there's a lot of you.
That's the culture right now. That's the culture right now. I'm not gonna lie. Afrobeat right now is the culture.
So that's why you might say, oh, why they start with Burna Boy or music?
Burna, Oluwa.
No, to be honest, have you heard the new track?
I heard no track. I don't listen to music like that.
Listen.
I was just about to expose myself just there, but my brain just told me to just bring it back.
You were going to say...
I was about to say something, but I was like, nah, we're going to save that for another day.
Anyway, first, we'd like to apologize for not having a video last week. As you can see, Ozzy's face has changed. We're not going to play the blame game on this podcast, but a few things were... behind us not having a video.
No, we're not even going to talk about that. Guys, we just apologize.
We apologize, but you can always catch it on SoundCloud.
On SoundCloud.
We had a very important episode last week.
Yeah.
And today's episode is going to spiral off that, which is still, on the term of sexual harassment, what is true. Oh, you guys are going to hear that bump in the video, but it's okay. It's about sexual harassment, what is true.
And also... I know you just got serious, but the viewers haven't realized something. That we upgrade. Let me upgrade you.
We took it up a notch.
We took it up a notch, you know. Took
it up a notch. Even the camera, we took it up a notch. More than one notch.
HD. God bless you.
Should we tell people the struggle? Because for people who don't know the struggle about this camera.
It's fine. We reached there.
No, let us say it. When you grow with your viewers. Even if they are 10.
Yeah, it's true.
We've moved from iPhone. Is this Panasonic?
No. Come on, man. This Canon, B.
To Canon HD. So when you can see all the pimples in HD.
I don't have no pimples.
You can see Ozzy's belly through his shirt in HD. You can see my button about to pop in HD.
Wow, shut. There's no belly. This is all abs. It's 2.5.
Yeah, it's all abs. It's not abs.
There's
all
a half here. It's 2.5. It's true, bro. Look, up here, it's mad. It's
your
mad
belly
tight.
wears its own shirt. It's okay. I told you, if you are single, you're not allowed to have a belly.
Listen, forget all that.
It's part of the package.
Listen, forget all that package.
You have to package well.
I live my truth. Realist, 2.5.
I hear you.
Right here. It's the bottom part. The bottom part is what is getting there, though.
No, you know that part that collapsed on your belt.
Yeah. No, I haven't reached that level. No, I ain't reached that level. Don't try it. I have not reached that level. I haven't reached that level. Mine is still because my top is tight. Top is tight. So it's still.
Yeah, of course, we can see your top is tight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's still happening to drag.
Yeah, like
drag
the actual top is very tight.
Anyway, guys, we're talking about sexual harassment, and obviously, you guys are very clued up in the whole Cristiano Ronaldo case.
And if you're not, should we brief them a little bit? No, if you're not clued up on the Cristiano Ronaldo case, a little briefing from what we spoke. Where have you been?
It's national news.
But not everybody's interested in a footballer,
It doesn't have. It's national news. It's not even football news.
Yes, it is actually national news. It is actually national news.
We're talking about a guy losing hundreds of millions in sponsorship.
Might,
yes, I know. But if it was black, he would have lost it. I just like to say that.
It's not about race all the time.
No, it's not about race. But Nike have done stuff like that on speculation.
Oh, if that was Raheem Sterling,
exactly.
Bro, career is done.
Exactly.
Career is done.
Yeah. So.
Career is done.
If it was, you what, mate?
Tiger Woods.
Yeah, Tiger Woods.
Hey.
But Tiger Woods wasn't sexual harassment. It wasn't sexual harassment.
It wasn't. Tiger Woods was just...
go back to doing what he was doing.
Tiger Woods was not sexual harassment. He was just sleeping with multiple women.
Stop that class. Adam was busy, making beats, behind the scene, We talk about sexual, it comes up, it goes, Tiger Woods. We didn't even hear it. And he repeats it again, Tiger Woods. What? Bang, do what you're doing over there.
Those guys will make you to kettle. But, yeah, I think you're right. If that was Raheem Sterling or...
it's true.
Or maybe just any other, I don't,
If that was Raheem Sterling,
Well, I
guarantee you, every single newspaper article in this country would have crucified him.
But, Ronaldo made front page, but I think, again, star power has a lot to do with it.
Yes.
His star power was too much.
I don't deny that. I don't deny his star power.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't want to go into a race situation.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, speculation right
So
now.
you're just putting it out there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm putting it out there. Like, if that was Raheem Sterling, he would have lost his endorsement.
Yeah, true.
Okay, great. Yes, he doesn't carry the same caliber as Ronaldo.
Yeah.
I totally 100% agree with that. If that was LeBron.
No, I think there would be no.
To be fair, no, LeBron's the wrong choice because he has a lifetime sponsor deal. So it doesn't matter what happens to LeBron. He's got a lifetime deal.
I think Ronaldo does as well.
Ronaldo don't have a lifetime deal. There's only two players right now that have a lifetime deal. That's James Harden with Adidas and LeBron with Nike.
James Harden. We're not going into sports anyway. So if you don't know what happened about Ronaldo is back in 2009, I think when he just made his move from Manchester to Real Madrid. Yeah, I think probably celebrating that deal or the deal coming to pass, whatnot.
At that
just
time,
in 2009, because I think Ronaldo is very disciplined. He doesn't go anywhere during the season, so I think it must have been in the summer of 2009. He went to Las Vegas. He was seen pictured in a club with this young lady, and I think
he was living that vida.
I don't even want to say the word lady anymore because there's this whole Piers Morgan thing that's gonna But anyway, we're going to branch into that. So he had a fondue with this lady.
Do you know what song just came to my mind?
Yeah.
Ooh, I fall apart.
I don't know the song.
What? Come on.
Anyway.
It's Post Malone. He goes. Turn the devil to a hoe. And I think that's what you're about to say with that girl.
No. I was just saying I wasn't going there. He had a fondue with this lady and he paid her off, I think, after she reported to the police. Allegedly, the case was investigated. The
case wasn't investigated.
It was, but it was dropped by the Las Vegas police, Nevada police. And 9 years later, well, she got a settlement out of court, I think like $700,000 or so. And then 9 years later, she's come up with a case again after signing a non-disclosure agreement, but the non-disclosure agreement actually said, Ronaldo was not being held liable for anything. It was just a payoff.
Do you know what it is, yeah?
Just to stop the whole rumor from destroying his.
I'm not mad at her. I'm not mad at her.
No, you can't be.
I'm not mad at her.
You can't be. Like,
do you know why I'm not mad at her? Because she got shortchanged. I'm not even gonna lie.
What, 700K?
Not enough. He was in 2009. He was the most expensive transfer player on the planet. Right? That my friend, if I was gonna con somebody, and I was gonna
say, are you trying to say she conned him?
I'm just
no. To be honest,
all speculation.
Today, I want you to have your honest opinion.
Okay.
Very honest opinion.
All speculation. Yeah. Let's take away judgment and whatnot. Yeah. Right. I'll look at 2 points. If I was being a con artist and whatnot, right? I'll be mad. I'll be upset. That's why I'm not mad at her, because Ronaldo's worth so much money. She got shortchanged.
I think she must have slept with him. I'm just saying.
I don't even care. Listen. I don't even care if she slept with him. Not to the sense that I don't feel empathy to women that go through this. Yeah. In just this scenario, right? I don't even care that that's the play. The play was, in my honest opinion, she got shortchanged. That's why she's coming out now. Because I ain't gonna lie, what's 7K when you're the most expensive player ever? Right?
No, not 70, 700.
700, that's what I'm saying, 700K.
That's a lot of money for someone not doing anything.
Listen. You go to Vegas is the devil's armpit. There are women there that are out here getting elms.
I mean, let's not lie.
Getting elms.
Even for men and women, Vegas isn't necessarily the place you go for high moral standards.
Listen, it doesn't even matter. Forget morality or anything. I'm just saying, in the terms of money, right? That is nothing. She at least she should have got us 5 elms.
Do you know the motto for Vegas?
I can't remember. Whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Yeah, exactly. That's why she should have got paid properly. So I think that's why. Because when you look about it, 10 years later, like alone, his sponsorship deal alone is ridiculous.
I know.
It's ridiculous.
But this is what I'm trying to say, is the fact that should we, start sorry, before I even go into that point, my point now is, if she's coming up now, please, I want to know where the 700K is.
It's done. It's finished.
No. I want to know where the 700... Before we even move forward.
Guy, monkey has swallowed it.
No, snake
has swallowed it. Listen.
No, I'm not taking it lightly.
Okay.
But if you're going to now prosecute, please, where's the 7... At least where's some of it?
Do you know what? Yeah? Ronaldo's team are flopping him right now. I'm told they're flopping him because all they have to do is just pull up another paycheck. It's fine. Get another disclosure for the next 10 years because Ronaldo ain't gonna play
when does it start?
You
open yourself to different lawsuits.
I'll tell you where it stops. Ronaldo ain't gonna play in football. Ronaldo's got one more transfer deal in him, and that's the LA. That's the
China, if you ask me.
I don't think he's gonna go China because of the opportunity
and what he said.
And plus of the star power.
He's not gonna go to America after this.
I think he will. I think he will. He's definitely gonna go to Galaxy. And I feel like his management team are flopping him right now. They should just write this check for this girl. I live for the next 10 years, done. After the 10 years, when the money ain't as sweet as it was when he was on top, right? Then we can all hash this thing out. Then it's like, for instance, yeah, if someone wants to come out and go, oh, Pele, the same acquisition for Pele, right? Pele's gonna fight it. Because he ain't got money to be writing out checks like that. Not that he doesn't have money, he's gonna fight it to an extent because he's thinking about his legacy, he's thinking about what he's achieved over his career. The same thing. This is not the right time, in my personal opinion, for Ronaldo's team to be fighting this. Just pay it. You already paid it once. Pay out again. And
I think the allegations come up again because he's just transferred for 90 million.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen.
She got shortchanged.
Now, even you weren't aware of what I was doing. But ladies and gentlemen, this is what it means when you crucify someone by media. We've just literally finished that girl just now. And that's exactly... No, hold on.
You're right.
That's exactly what we do to Ronaldo. And all this, and the judge, the American justice system judge, the guy that just got appointed. This is what we do to men who are accused, or even women who are accused of, rape allegations. We don't do due diligence.
That's exactly what my brother there came through. That's what I'm trying to do. Due diligence. I love that word.
Do you understand what we've just literally done in the space of 5 minutes. We've accused her of being a con artist. Even though you didn't mean to say she's a con artist. You're right. It's the language we've used. We've accused her of keeping the 700,000 and overspending, and the money's done. She broke. She's back to square one. Now she wants more money. We've accused her of being shortchanged. Now she's coming back. So this is what I was saying last week. For those of you who haven't listened to the podcast who didn't get the chance to listen to the podcast last week, or for those who have, is why do we? And I think you made that point last week. Crucify people before we even do the due diligence. Like the NDA, I just found out this week that the NDA does not state that Ronaldo is actually liable for what he's been accused of. Now, can I ask a question to the public? If you're going to sign an NDA and get paid, surely if someone's raped you, how are you going to sign a contract saying I'm taking $700,000 but you didn't rape me? How does that make sense?
No, it makes sense. It makes sense.
No. How can you sign it? How can your lawyer...
She can. Even
a lawyer liable to be sued as well.
Do you know what she can? Do you know what it is? It's when you talk about NDAs are tricky things because they're initially they're gagging orders, really and truly. That's what they are. Like,
not for rape.
They're gagging orders. Gagging, whatever circumstances, NDAs are literally gagging orders. To be fair, right? I don't want us to tread on. I want us to get this right so that we don't tread on incorrect, territory. Some women are faced with that, and some women do go through that and are raped, and they do still sign NDAs. And the reason they sign NDAs, they think about the long term. They think about their circumstance, right? They think about what to an extent that can mean for them, and they also think about the exposure that they would get. They're gonna be like Ronaldo's fans
every time.
Ronaldo's fans,
they're going for the lane.
Exactly, diehard fans with death threats, families, and all of that stuff. So all of that stuff still plays. And if you've just been emotionally and you're just emotionally attacked and raped and physically abused, that's one of the things that's playing in your mind. You're thinking about.
And you're like, let me just take this money.
Yeah, it's kind of
if it makes up for everything.
Yeah, you're thinking about the easy route. You're thinking about the easy way out because you just want it to be done. You just want that chapter of your life to be closed, right? For those people, from the conversation I've had with people that have been sexually abused, right? That's one of the main things they think. They think about, how do I get over these things as soon as humanly possible? right? How do I close this chapter?
But we've seen a case of people getting this money, and it doesn't solve the problem.
I know, but that's the thing. We know that. We know it doesn't always solve the problem, but is that feeling, is that initial feeling of, okay, I've resolved this. In that moment, you feel like everything is done. You feel like everything is you've accomplished some sort of justice.
Yeah.
Right? But reality then checks in. Maybe 2-3 years. Reality can take 10 years. It can take
maybe when 700k is done.
Exactly. It can take that. It can take as long as possible, and then you realize, you go, do you know what? I'm in a better place in my life right now, right? And I feel like I should definitely amend some wrongs that happened in my past. One of the main things I want to address is this, and maybe that's the situation with this girl.
Yeah.
All right. Again, all speculation. That's all we can do.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a situation. She's like, do you know what? I feel strong enough to speak. I feel strong enough to open. I feel strong enough to actually peel the what do you call it? The layers and the plaster off. Yeah. And I'm ready to expose to the world my wounds, because that's what's gonna happen, right? Yes, there's gonna be question about, okay, so where the money at? Will you pay this? Of course, document says that she were. Okay, what will happen? And if she's brave enough, and if it's really true, and if oh my God, give me English, and if she does feel that she wants to now live her truth, we owe her every single right.
And like we said last week, it doesn't matter how long your situation happened, you should always step forward. I don't care if it's like the statute of limitations gone past. You need to step forward, and that's what we stand on. You know, on this podcast. I think that's one thing we both agree on, that you should always speak out. Don't let anything suppress. You know, you in terms of. I mean, we've had a victim of domestic violence. We always say you need to speak out. But what we're trying to say is, in the main reason why I even brought this topic up again today to touch on it was how it's going on that Ronaldo should be losing his endorsement. He should be losing his sponsorship. Now,
I agree on that.
Huh?
I agree on that.
You agree?
Yeah.
Okay. For me, I don't think so. And you know why I said I don't think so? Until a man is proven guilty, you can't take fruit from him.
Nah, okay. We're not taking football away from him.
No, food.
Okay.
Football is what brings the food. If Ronaldo was not a footballer in Madeira, he'll be cleaning the streets, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Do you understand where I'm coming from?
I'll tell you, I know. Yes, to an extent. Yes.
Football's got him everything he has right now, even this rape allegation.
You're right. Yeah. You're right. You're absolutely right that he should have his due diligence. But endorsement deals are different. Endorsement deals is an additional payment to what you do for you to sponsor whatever, corporation sees you as the spokesperson, sees you as an ambassador. In my opinion, an ambassador should be above reproach to a
He's an ambassador to football as well.
He's an ambassador. Okay,
so you're gonna take that from him?
But he doesn't get paid.
Yes, he does.
He doesn't get UEFA check for being an ambassador.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
Okay, cool. If it does, it does. I don't have the receipt to challenge you on that.
If Maradona, a drug head, can be getting check from FIFA to be an ambassador.
He's no longer a drug head.
Okay, yeah, that's why I took over the Colombian team, man.
I'm just telling you, all you're doing is speculation.
I'm just saying,
right now.
He's the head coach of
allegedly,
Colombia, and it's the happiest time of his life.
Don't matter.
But anyway,
right? So I'm talking about this corporation, this entity, Nike, right? In this case, and whatever. He has other endorsement. We're talking about Nike, and Nike is, if not the most recognizable brand on the planet, probably is definitely top 10, right? They have a specific ideology and ethos that they need to uphold as a corporation and this brand. All of their ambassadors need to be above reproach. Right? Need to be above a certain standard because they are ambassadors, and that's what ambassadors are. Ambassadors are behalf of our proxy to that entity, right? So if he is now being accused, right? Yes, he should definitely have his due diligence, right? But his endorsement deals should be put on the sideline, should be paused. The same thing happened to John Bones Jones. He's an MMA fighter, UFC fighter. He's the best fighter on the planet, right? Pound for pound, whatever, right? He was the first person to get a sponsored deal in the octagon with Nike, and what do you call it? What's that energy drink? Gatorade, whatever it's called, right?
Gatorade, yeah.
He had an accident.
Yeah.
He flee from the accident. He on a hit or run. He came back, got his weed out, right, and then ran again. The person he had an accident with,
he took his weed out of the car and ran.
He came back because obviously he's a fighter, you know what I mean, paraphernalias and all sorts. So he came back, took the weed out and ran, right? So he hit or run, and the person he hit was a pregnant woman.
She died? Did she die?
No, she didn't die. Right? So it was a pregnant woman. Immediately, Nike got rid of his endorsement straight away, ASAP.
Yeah, but that.
Right? Wait, let me get to my point.
That's a different crime.
It doesn't matter.
No. That's a different crime. Can I not agree?
Do you know? I say that's not a crime because it's an accident. His crime was running away.
Exactly. That's why I said it's a different crime.
It's running away. Cristiano, we don't know.
He didn't run away.
What
they spend the afternoon.
What is the guardian order? The guardian order is a runaway.
Listen, in the hotel, she spent the afternoon there.
You're not understanding me. What they signed, the disclosure that they signed, is a form.
Okay, Oz, let me break it down to you this way. You're a footballer. You're a well-known footballer. You've just transferred, whatever, or people know you're the top player for Manchester United. You've gone to Las Vegas. You know, you've seen this woman in the club, you've had a good time, she stayed in VIP with you, whatever.
I get that.
You've gone upstairs, you had your fun, the lady has spent the afternoon with you as well.
I get that.
And then she goes away and goes, I'm not never going to get to see Cristiano again. Speculation, allegedly. And then she sues, and then she gets money off that. How's that the same?
It's the same thing. Because do you know why I say it's the same thing? Because we're talking about ethics, right? If he was 100%, without a shadow of a doubt, that he wasn't any way.
He had just had the biggest move in his life.
I understand that. We're talking about trying to safeguard our money, right? And we're still linking that with endorsements.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Safeguarding the money. Sorry to cut you. Safeguarding the money, comes with, I've just transferred to Real Madrid. Doors will open, right? I can pay 700,000 now and protect $1 billion. That's what, for me, if you look at the technicality of it, that's what he's done. Okay. Or he could fight that case. He could fight that case and lose endorsement because now that that stigma will never go away and he'll never get any of these endorsements he's getting now.
If he got proven innocent, his endorsement will still be around because he's a super player.
They dropped the case. This is what I'm trying to say.
They dropped the case and
because they found no evidence. There was nothing. The case was actually investigated. That's doing due diligence. You said it last week.
Listen, no one signs the NDR if the case has been done properly.
Whether it was done properly or not is not Ronaldo's fault.
I'm not saying
if the police investigated the case and they said
police got to investigate for Nigeria.
And they say we can't find any evidence to back up your claim. Now we're going to drop the case. And you feel like, you know what, I'm going to take this to the paper. And they said, hey, come on, here's $700,000.
Listen, if they're taking that to the paper,
he would have lost everything. He wouldn't be the same player.
Yeah, of course he would.
No.
Let me tell you why. Of course he would. Because if they're taking that to the paper and the investigation, right, was already done and dropped, all the rebuttal would have been, this woman's chatting nonsense. Nevada police has already done the investigation and the case has been dropped. That's your rebuttal. Finished. You don't need to pay this one. There's not a bigger picture.
There is a bigger picture for him.
Do you know why? Because we're talking about, you start this conversation. We're talking about ethics. We're talking about endorsements. Right? We're talking about being a brand ambassador, being above reproach.
And being media crucified. Everything.
He wouldn't. Once you have rebuttal, you won't be media crucified because your endorsement company will back you as an ambassador. That's what I'm talking about, right? He didn't go to that extent to go. Do you know what? Let me ride this with. And I understand money involves when money comes involved. Listen,
he got the best advice at that time.
Whatever, cool, right? I'm saying the reason I felt like now. Type of player that Ronaldo is, the type of star attraction that Ronaldo is, the type of public persona that he has, this is detrimental to whatever.
His career is nearly done.
Not career. I don't think detrimental to his career. Because I still feel like he's still going to be a top 10 player for the next 8 years. If he stays at Juventus for 4 years, he will still bang goals. He will still be refreshed because of how the Italian football is. So his career is going to be fine. I'm talking about endorsements. Corporations being a brand ambassador for a corporation as Nike, right? If this still continues to linger on, right? As a corporation, I want my ambassadors to be above reproach. It's the same thing that the Bible talks about pastors, right? Or whoever preaches at all. It talks about being above reproach. It's like, okay, cool, pick this. I'll use this example for you, right? You're a minister, which you are in your own right, apostle, right? You go to pray go to pray in your own innocence, and you're 100% innocent, 100% your spirit is right. You go pray for a woman, a single woman, right? At night, at 10 o'clock. And that's all you guys do. Nothing happens. Everything is pure. Everything is right. But the perception from your neighbors is that this pastor goes to visit a single woman at 10 o'clock in the night. I don't care.
Now, are we telling footballers not to go clubbing?
Wait, let me drop. Okay. All right, let me drop. Right? The perception, right, is the problem. Is that you need to be above. Why would you, right, put yourself in that situation? The situation that Ronaldo put himself in isn't that he went to the club, right? Isn't that he brought this woman back to an extent? Isn't that whatever form of fornication proceeded? I love that word, right? It's the fact that at the end of the day, when the chips were down, he got her to sign a disclosure form.
You are saying a footballer who earns thousands of pounds should not go clubbing.
I did not say that.
Wait, that's what you said.
No, I didn't. No, I said
perception.
No. I said when the chips are down. My closing statement was, it's not that. The perception wasn't that what he did wrong. No, sorry, wrong.
You know, you couldn't have made that decision.
What I said, my whole point of going through that whole quick rant was that it wasn't that he went to the club. It wasn't that he has every right to do that. He has every right as a single guy to bring whatever form of woman he wants to his club. The beyond above reproach, where that got tarnished, was that he signed a non-disclosure form. That's where above reproach statement dropped.
That's why he pays his lawyers. That's why he pays lawyers to get the best advice.
Listen, you right now, in 2009, he was, if not the most recognizable football player on planet Earth.
Exactly my point. Let me land.
The research shows that the Nevada police or whatever enforcement, apparently or not apparently, according to their
apparently it was this well documented.
That's not apparently. Try my statement. Not apparently, but to the best of their ability. That's a better way of putting it. Did their investigation and came up short. Right?
Came up short.
Exactly.
They found nothing. How's that coming up short?
Okay, they found nothing. Okay, cool.
Gee, you're part of the problem.
Wait. They found nothing. Absolutely nothing. They found nothing to the best of their ability. Correct. That's the statement. To the best of their ability, the Nevada police found nothing. Now, after they still found nothing, after you as a lawyer know that nothing happened, we got proof from the police, you still then go and send an NDR. No way, my brother, they are. No way. What he should have done, if it was somebody that was above reproach. No, because once you sign an NDR, you create that perception. You create that perspective from people. Even though everything, like going back to the pastor analogy, even though everything that you've done is innocent, everything that you've done is right, everything that in your heart is pure. But you create that perception.
You know, even companies pay NDAs, right?
Of course,
rich people.
We're not talking about companies.
Paying off and signing NDA is what rich people do not to get their name tarnished. Because a good name is better than silver or gold.
Majority of the people that sign NDR are people.
Are guilty. Is that what you're saying?
Let me finish. Right? Are people that won't allow, in some cases, or sometimes, Ronaldo's cases, they don't allow the justice system to do what they need to do.
Or they're just people who want to protect their name.
Cool, fine. If we're talking about moral ethics, and we're talking about ethics, and ethics is above.
So where's the ethics for the person who's receiving the $700,000?
I'm gonna get to that. We're talking about Ronaldo and his endorsement. That was the point.
Yeah, we can't just lean ethics to one person.
No, we're talking about Ronaldo's and his
still all one case.
We're not it's all one case, but we're talking about a specific thing of why I think he should lose. Why I think his endorsement should be on hold.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. And I'm addressing that because as a brand ambassador, you need to be above reproach. And the reason he wasn't above reproach in this case was because he signed the NDR. If he didn't sign the NDR, Nike would have backed him because the investigation already concluded. It's simple. It's very simple. He became a man of maybe once he signed the NDR. We're talking about losing the endorsement because you're being a brand ambassador. Now we're talking about coming back to her. You say, okay, what about her ethics and what about her? Yes, of course. And I'm gonna go in on her because one young lady, you shouldn't have been going on to a nigga. I almost lost myself. That's whew.
Yeah.
Lord, give me strength. So me to articulate this.
I would think about what I'm about to say.
To articulate this very carefully because I know some people, that are close to me that have been hurt by sexual.
And this is why I'm hurt with this whole thing.
Okay.
Because the people with the real story. Before we go, we're going to share one or two stories anyway. So yeah.
So with her situation, alright. When you put yourself, again, I'll use that pastor analogy. When you put yourself in situations that are very questionable, right?
Like going up to the penthouse.
Like being invited to someone's personal environment and you agree, not that you was forced, not that you were intoxicated because to that extent that you can't remember, right? But you willingly, with your willpower and with all your thoughts and all your strength and might as a woman with all your physique, right, and your dress, you go to that man's private multi-million penthouse and you expect to play chess.
Or Ludo.
Or play Monopoly.
Or Blackjack.
Or play Blackjack. Or play freaking PlayStation. Is that what you expect to do? No. And if that's the case, and that's probably what even happened. We don't even know. They probably went back to the penthouse, and Ronaldo was like, I'm tired. I just this, that, and the third. That's your room.
Just to help your statement. Yeah. By the way, just to let you know, she spent the afternoon there. I'm coming to that.
I just wanted to. Yeah, I'm coming to that. And that's probably what happened. Maybe that's probably what happened. Maybe she was vexed that Ronaldo didn't give her the work day. Maybe that's bitterness can do a lot of stuff.
Think about what you're about to say.
I know. I'm flowing right now. Let me flow, right? And
how can I get on the camera?
Maybe Ronaldo didn't give it to her the way that she was expecting, and she felt hurt by that, and she felt, okay, cool. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave it to the morning. Morning fondue is probably good for her. And she brought it to the morning and she stayed over. She sobered up in her glory. She's not sobered up. The jacuzzi in everything. In the afternoon, she now realized the level of wealth that this guy has when they're sitting in a penthouse in one of the most expensive places on the planet.
Crucifixion. Right? Let's go.
Alright? And then she's there. And then she realized, wow, damn.
Life is good.
Life is real good.
LG.
And you know what I mean? She looks at the balcony and she sees the Nevada sign. Right?
The devil showed her the whole world.
Can you imagine? And she looks. And then the devil says, if you do this, this can be all yours. Like how they tempted Jesus.
Lawsuits.
And then you know what? She goes, Ronaldo, come here, boo. And Ronaldo's like, yeah, cool.
No, maybe Ronaldo was like, it's time for you to go.
Maybe not.
Maybe he kicked her out.
And maybe his entourage was probably there.
Maybe they kicked her out of the hotel. You never know. These are all speculations.
I'm just speculating. I'm just trying to create a scene, right? And then she goes in her sober-minded state. Sober-minded state to the afternoon and enjoy, put on a bikini, going to the jacuzzi.
Bikini.
Probably,
I'm not sure there was bikini.
Listen,
it was straight from the club.
I'm just trying to keep it, I don't know, maybe.
No, it was straight from the club to the hotel.
Ronaldo probably had one of his guys go buy a bikini. You don't know, man. Money can do a lot of stuff, right? And she does, and they go to the bikini and they have lunch, brunch, whatever they call it these days. And she felt good. And she was leaving. The reality kicked in.
Like bang.
Reality goes, I gotta go back to my one-bedroom studio with roaches, right? With lights that don't work. My landlord always want me to sleep in him just so I can keep up with the bills. right? And she's thinking about that as the escalator is descending from number
Penthouse.
131.
No, penthouse. You just have penthouse 1.
Right? And it's descending to ground floor. And she's thinking.
Or lobby.
And she gets to the ground floor.
She smells lobbies.
She smells the sweet aroma of the perfume of the lobby. And she sees the spinning doors that leads out onto the heat. And then she goes, he touched me. I told him to get off me. This was Ronaldo. And then she goes, we're back to get it. Forgetting that she was sober. Forgetting that she was in a state of remembrance. She was in a state where she can articulate correctly what happened the night before. Forgetting all of those things.
When I asked you to be honest, I didn't think you were going to be this.
I'm giving you guys two sides of the fault.
Because you spent 20 minutes defending.
No, but I have to defend her because
and you've now spent another 10 minutes.
Because the reason I started off defending her because I know personal people that have been through this, and I know people that have opened up to me in that, and I also know the flip side of the coin of. It's a hustle. People are hungry out. And listen.
And now you see why I said NDAs. This is why rich people do that NDA stuff. I
don't discriminate you. The only reason I put in the NDA was to do with the endorsement.
Yeah.
Right. That's the only reason. Because as an ambassador, for me anyway, as an ambassador, you have to be above reproach to represent a huge corporation as Nike.
Okay. Because of our time, I have one question for you.
Cool.
Stop crucifying this lady, please.
I'm not crucifying her. I'm not crucifying her. I defended her and I'm giving her the other perspective.
Seconds.
The other perspective of it's a hustle, right?
Yeah.
America is just as deprived as Nigeria. The only difference is the opportunity.
And third road.
Right? Okay. Maybe a couple more difference, right? But the opportunity for every person to get money is ridiculous. The scheming is beyond my imagination.
Yeah.
Right? And now I've got a great vivid imagination.
It happens to rappers all the time.
Do you know what I mean? The scheming
is they punch the person lost.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I'm saying maybe this was a scheme. Maybe it's a scheme.
Easy money.
The flip side of the coin is that it was a scheme because the time, right, that came. But the other flip side of that is that, do you know what? Maybe she was hurt. And at that time, she just wasn't strong enough to deal with.
So what do you think about Ronaldo's outcome in saying, I did nothing wrong?
Bro, if that's...
No, because most people won't put out a statement.
If a guilty man, right, in my opinion, when it comes to sexual immorality or wrong word, sexual abuses and sexual harassment, a guilty man usually will be quiet.
Exactly.
Right? A man that is innocent won't be quiet.
Okay,
right?
let me.
That's just my opinion on that. So I think it was good that he said what he gave his opinion on it.
Yeah.
If I was his lawyer, would I advise him to do so? Absolutely not.
Okay, you as a, but that's one, that kind of thing doesn't come from a lawyer. It comes from you as a decent human being to say something.
Exactly.
So let me point out another athlete to you that happened years ago. Kobe.
My brother there.
Nearly destroyed him.
My brother there.
Destroyed him for a while.
Okay, three things I'll address with Kobe.
But he was acquitted though.
Okay, 3 things I'll address that situation with Kobe and why it's different.
Yeah.
1, he's black. That plays a huge issue.
And it was a white woman who was,
2, it was a white woman. 3, the place.
What do you mean place?
Of the place where he was accused of rape of that woman is very important. That state is very, very important. Right? That is a state that is not pro-black. That is a state that is not...
What state was it?
Go and do your research, guys.
No, I need to know.
Go and do your research. Bring me a question and you don't do your research, I should flog you. I should charge you.
Anyway, I just had to think about that quickly.
Okay, so those are the 3 things, right? Right. 1, those are 3 things why it's different from Kobe's, right? And Kobe, I can't remember if he did lose his endorsement.
Yeah.
He lost his endorsement.
He only just got the whole neck thing back.
Exactly. He did lose his endorsement.
The
same thing I started off this conversation with. If Ronaldo was black, he would have lost an endorsement straight away.
Okay. Now, on GMB, Piers Morgan had this woman who was an attempted attempted rape victim.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first time I've ever seen that, attempted rape victim.
I thought all women were attempted rape victims.
No. I only thought, the ignorant side of me was like, oh, mostly it's successful people who actually come out, people who have been successfully raped.
Do you know how many women that get sexually harassed every single day?
And do you know how many men get sexually harassed? Well, obviously we're not playing for tax.
I'm not playing video, but I know you're good looking like that. That's why you got it like
what
that.
I'm trying
Look
to
how
say,
tight your trousers is. Your broadcast is on TV.
What I'm trying to say is, there's on the show, this woman was like, oh, you should lose all of his endorsement, like you rightly said, which sure, other folk probably have happened.
I said,
but there was another
endorsement should be paused.
Okay.
I didn't say he should lose his endorsement.
So it's the same thing. Once it gets paused, you know, it's hard to get it.
No, until proven, if it's guilty, he'll come back.
Yeah, but you not get the same money, you know.
Yeah, but it's different. You still get your endorsement though.
Yeah, but there was this lady. There was this lady on the show who was a female football agent.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, she had to deal with a footballer one time to be his agent, but she was like, no, completely no, because he had some rape allegations against him, and the paper took it everywhere, ran with it. What's it called? The guy had a family and children. He had to explain the family were torn apart. She, even as a football agent, was like, no, I'm not dealing with this guy until I know what the truth is. So she went to court. She did everything. I realized this lady was actually lying. And the apology the newspaper offered was this much. After the guy's been in the headlines, like literally that much. But 10 lines.
Okay, cool.
So this is why where I'm trying to come from the part.
Yeah, I get you.
NDAs are nothing new. If that guy could probably afford the NDA, he would have paid it.
Probably.
And lived with the truth with his family, saying, listen, I didn't do this. You know, and the lady would be like, okay, yeah, maybe years later. I mean, we've seen people accuse people get guilty, and they come out years later and saying, you know, I feel really bad. Nonsense.
Do you know
you should be prosecuted for that.
And you're right, you should be prosecuted for that, absolutely. But you also have to understand is that newspapers are corporations that make money off negativity. So a positive messaging. You're never gonna look at the front newspaper of any global news company and see a positive message. Not because it don't sell.
It's just like terrorism may fucked up again.
Don't sell. News. Right. So at the end of the day, they are a corporation. They're a business. They're designed to make money. Right. In some cases, you can take them to court to write. I can't remember what they're called. Whatever. But it'll be like a half a page or whatever of apology, right? And whatever.
It'll be like on page 7.
But what I want people to always understand, right? Which is probably more important than anything. More important than money. More important than in the same level as your welfare and your well-being, is that the truth always rises to the top, no matter what. The truth will always rise to the top.
Yeah.
Yes, and the painful part about the truth, especially in cases like rape and in case as in murder. Yeah. It's a long, excruciating process. It's excruciating, painfully bad. Right? It hurts to the soul. Right? Because, you know, that feeling of when you know you are innocent, but you just can't get the world to understand how innocent you are.
Especially when you're in a position of privilege.
Exactly.
It's the hardest thing.
Painful. But my brother, the truth always rises to the top.
But this is what I'm saying.
And the thing that people don't understand is that, okay, cool. The moment you send the NDR, especially if you are innocent, right? You deny something from yourself, right? You try to replace money for what the feeling of truth and morality gives you.
So before we wrap up,
right? And that's something that nobody can understand. Yeah. Apart from you, no one can understand that apart from you.
So before we wrap up, are you trying to say, footballer, no footballer, don't sign an NDA?
No, I'm not trying to say that. I'm saying in this case of Ronaldo, he shouldn't have signed an NDA because the investigation was already...
I think we're going to have a difference of opinion because I feel like he was protecting a big investment.
Whatever, but see,
he was.
See, okay, and what's that got to him?
Successful.
Okay, he's been successul, but yet here we are having this conversation. Here we are having this conversation.
I don't think it'll have the same impact.
Okay, but you might not have the same impact to you because you're a grown man. It will have the same impact to children. It will have the same impact to kids that look up to him, right?
Yeah.
Okay? And that, I don't know where Ronaldo's head is at. I'm not Ronaldo. I can't answer this question. So if his head is that I want to be somebody that changed children's life, and that's like somebody like Messi, right? If
he's already doing that. He's already giving blood. He's already doing all these things.
And all that, and that perception is probably more dangerous than it would have been 10 years ago.
Oof. We'll leave that on a difference of opinion right there. But as we wrap up this podcast, just we it's a podcast where we have to be honest. We have to look at both sides of the coin, and if you take offense because the truth hurts. Okay, if you think we're talking rubbish, we will be the first time people said us is talking rubbish. I'm not apologizing. I'm staying out there. This is my own NDA disclaimer. I'm just saying. But thank you guys again for always taking your time to listen to us and watch us. And even maybe when you disagree with us and you're talking to your headphones, that's great. That's what we're here for.
Guys, can I just say something? Obviously we'll be doing this for a while now. Actually, but
nearly a year now, actually.
Whew. Yeah. I just want to take time out to say, thank you to everybody that's actually reached out to me, and told me their stories. I would love to share some of that with you guys. Or once people tell me it's okay to share.
Yeah.
But for those of you that would still love to keep on telling me your story, I'm up to hear stories right now. Follow me on Snapchat.
Yes.
That's Oz.
And if you're a guy and you're going through
let me finish promoting myself now.
Okay, finish.
Oz 2Z_most.
Just put it on the video.
That's on Snapchat. Listen, guy, if you interrupt my promo again, right? My Insta, same thing. Oz 2Z_most. I would love to have DM me. I would love to have a conversation. I've had some great conversation this last couple of months. Really eye-opening, especially the topic that we've been talking about. I would love to. If you guys want to come on the show, please.
Feel free.
Yeah,
Feel free.
I'd love to have you guys on the show.
We don't turn people down. Only if you're Bobrisky.
I won't turn Bobrisky down. Good for me.
Only you will do that interview.
I will do it.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. This is episode 34, Big Loud Mouth. And my name is Tola. This is Big Loud Mouth.
Love you.
Peace.